Sorry, I heard Bo laughing. I thought he was looking at the picture I sent in radio.
Pay attention to that, not me dying.
Please remember, the views and opinions expressed by this show or any other show on DV Radio and its guests are strictly those of said individuals and do not reflect those of the DV Radio staff, nor the staff of dysfunctional veterans.
Attention, everyone.
You're tuned in live.
DV Radio.
Online and on the go on your mobile device.
Listeners' discretion is advised.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Hey, you're listening to DV Radio with the old guy. I see Bo, who never leaves his couch for some reason. Google and Recall, and I don't know where Marquis at.
I was going to say he probably went to Kroger.
The little garlic sauce is delicious. You alt-right neo-Nazi bastards better stop it right now.
If you use the cheap sauce, it don't taste good.
It tastes like ass.
And I've got an important message.
Joe Junkie and Carrie Crack are perfectly fine for Tombstone.
Well, yep. Carrie Crack is perfectly fine. She did in New Zealand. I would have sex with Brad Pitt.
How can you even read that with a straight face? Well, I've heard that many like short and tuna can girth, so I'm winning in that round apparently.
You're tuned in to WDVR on DVRadio.net or by searching DV Radio on your TuneIn app on your favorite mobile device.
Because this is how it is on DV Radio.
That's right. That is how it is right here on Barracks Talk on WDVR, DVRadio.net. I'm Boner Wood. We got Google, DV6, PTSDog. I got a hobo out in my front yard, and unfortunately, Marquis Davis and Recoil will not be joining us tonight. How's everybody doing?
I'm good.
Outstanding. I heard you had
all those people you called off, and nobody else is in here.
I'm doing fantastic.
I'm good.
So we're broadcasting live from Mayberry, North Carolina. I'm in somebody's front yard or backyard, depends on how you look at it, with 2 generators going, a bird, a big-ass tent. I never had a tent when I was in the Army. And it's about 33 degrees out. Not bad.
You mean you are broadcasting live from that tent?
There's 2 of us here, so we're broadcasting from here.
You're only one person in the tent. There are not 2 of you in the tent.
This is a big studio. He's in the other room. He's at the transmitter building.
Oh, shit.
Well, I am broadcasting live from my house.
Six is sending him messages by tying little notes to the bird's leg and sending it out.
Well, it's funny that Joaquin brings up the bird. All of our animals have had some kind of interaction with one another all week long. We got some stories for you guys. But
we got some stories tonight.
Yeah, so what's going on this week, Six?
Yeah. So as everybody knows, I mean, we're not going to, we're going to keep the show still about humor and all that, but you just can't ignore the fact that a school got shot up, 17 kids got killed, but, and I'll talk about that for a short bit, but it's a big shout out. We did it on the page. Big shout out to those ROTC kids. We bust their balls. We give them a hard time, but they're great kids. And some of the stories that are coming out in the news now as time goes on about the heroics and the bravery and the just smart thinking by these young ROTC kids save lives. And they truly have earned, have gained a lot of respect, and they've got mine. One of them was killed, by allowing other kids to escape and getting them through the door before he was shot and killed. I bring that up because, we do a lot of bashing on the millennials and stuff, but there is still, you want to find fault with the world, you can. And at times it just seems like that's all we do is bitch. But, there are still a lot of outstanding kids out there. And this tragedy proves that. There's nothing more selfless than somebody that, you know, especially at that age, knowing, you know, don't even think, and you lose your life helping others. That's bravery. That's courage. You know, when faced with the choice of either live or die, and you make a decision, the right one, you know, it says a lot about some of these kids' character and stuff. You know, so fucking A, man. Fucking A. Now all the regular, now here comes all the typical dog and pony show. We're going to want to say a few things. I've stayed away from it on the page. It's just not worth getting into. And plus, if I don't go with the mainstream, we will be deleted and I will get banned. And it's a fact of life on Facebook. Facebook is our main driver of traffic. So it's a good job on the free speech as long, you know, as long as you're going along with the other side. But it's funny, when cops are killing people, it's not the gun's fault. It was the cops, remember?
Yep.
So that was one of the good things they pointed out. And there's just so much. One guy says, if Congress doesn't do something about this open carry, you know, why can people open carry rifles and this and that? Well, I'll tell you what, if they don't do something soon, I'm going to go buy a rocket launcher and I'm going to open carry that. And somebody mentioned that, you know, rocket launchers are illegal. He goes, I don't care, I'll buy it on the black market. So what you're saying is gun laws don't prevent crime? Oh, my other favorite one was, and I don't have the statistics in front of me about how many weapons are actually in the United States. But when people talk about we need to get rid of all the guns, you got to take them away from everybody. We can do that, but we can't deport 10 million people, remember?
Yep.
I'm not making fun of a tragedy, but I'm not going to sit here and, you know, unfortunately, there's many more. Whatever's put in front of people's faces, the sheep or whatever, is what they get riled up about. If you were to publish every time somebody that's in this, I'm going to pick on the illegals. Why? Why not? You know, kills an American citizen. And it was in the news. You know, the way they report that news, too, is so-and-so from Phoenix, Arizona today was in an accident and killed somebody. He was driving without insurance and without a license. What they don't tell you is he ain't a resident of Phoenix. He's actually from wherever he came from. He's here illegally, but that's the PC way. But there'd be more outcry. There's more people dying than that. Yes, 17 people lost their lives. But every day, there's black kids getting killed in these inner cities. You know, there's some of the toughest gun laws there. You know, but I'm not just gonna bitch about this. I'm not. I got a solution. When those terrorists hijacked those 4 planes and killed all those Americans, we had enough. And what did they do? Does anybody? You know what we did? The TSA. We created a whole nother bureaucracy that is just it is the equivalent of another branch of the military, and it costs just as much. Why can't we, with schools over such and such a look, you got this outcry, you're blaming an whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Inanimate object.
I see all the things out there. Put armed vets on, you know, retirees and arm the teachers. No, it doesn't really. Why don't you revamp all schools? Yes, a lot of schools have that now. Boston, we've had metal detectors and cops in the schools, not because of these mass shootings, but because kids are killing each other in the schools, and they're pretty safe. But you also can't get in any side door and all that. Spend the money, revamp all of these schools. Why isn't there an outcry like that? You know, we didn't ban planes, did we? And Bo brought it up before the show. You're going to take away, let's say you take all the guns away. When somebody wants to kill mass wants to create mass mayhem and mass carnage, they're going to find a way. And for those who say, "Well, let them," no, you're not going to step on our somebody's rights for whatever reason. And I see that it's okay now to bash anybody that is not on your side, and even use reverse racism if that's such a thing. Racism is racism. What is racism? When you categorize a whole group of people because of their skin color and all that. I've seen the comments, whatever. But there's many things, but you won't hear that on the mainstream media. The only thing they're going to do is keep showing these clips because it's all about ratings. It's all about advertising revenue and stuff like that. So what sells? If it bleeds, it leads. News, film at 11. I'm going to open up the floor now. Where am I going wrong here, Bo?
Well, I think
Google, JJ.
I think you're exactly right. If it bleeds, it leads, and it's become so sensationalized. Honestly, since the shooting in the school in Colorado, Columbine.
Yeah,
that got huge. That was the first really major event, and all of a sudden, here's this whole big new problem. Oh my goodness!
But why is it a big problem? Because it's in the public's eye, and front row center.
Yeah, I mean, this shooter's name, I don't even know his name. I refuse to read the stories, but his name's everywhere. His face is everywhere.
Well, and that makes him famous. But if you did that with anything else, you'd have more of that. But it's not. Look, there's 360 plus million people crammed into this country. Okay, you're pretty safe at school.
When you sit down and look at the numbers, the number of people killed at school shootings is an incredibly low number compared to the number of people killed just with a gun, and that includes police shootings. And it's the same. It's the same. I mean, more people are killed by drunk drivers. We're not banning cars.
We're not banning beer.
No, and that's the thing.
Well, I hate to cut in, but Joaquin brings up a good point. Beer has been a problem. Drinking and driving has been a problem for how long? And we don't say anything about the alcohol, but let's ban drugs and all of this other stuff. And I'm not against drinking.
They'll get there.
Yeah. But I mean, we can ban everything else and we can down everything else that's bad for you in life. But something like that, where it's a money racket, let's not down it.
So we're in agreement, though. It's funny that a couple months ago, it wasn't the gun's fault. It was the people pulling the trigger.
Yeah.
Right. But now it's the gun's fault. By the way, I have a couple questions. One, why was he 19 and still in high school?
He wasn't. He wasn't in high school. He'd been expelled last year. He wasn't in that school.
That's not what the stories are, though. It's 19-year-old expelled from high school.
Okay.
Recently expelled.
It was last year.
But, and then,
you can go to school up till you're 21. But anyhow, what's your next question?
Well, it's not really a question, but I guess. Why are we not blaming the FBI for this?
All right, I was getting ready to go in there. I mean, they were busy, Google. They were looking for Russian collusion.
No, they were texting each other. Come on.
Well, it's not just the FBI's fault either. You had the local police department and the county sheriff's department that were notified over the years about this, and they never looked into it.
That's the thing, though, is just a month or two ago, someone called the FBI that knew this kid personally and said he is going to shoot up the place.
Okay, and what are you supposed to do when you get that information? Lock him up?
At least go to his house.
The least they could have done was investigate.
They claimed that he couldn't even find him.
But in the end,
the FBI has literally said there was no way of tracing him. That is what they have said.
That was regarding the YouTube comment that he made.
They said there was other things that he made too, though, that they could not quote unquote trace. But we can trace down within 10 hours of a pressure cooker bomb going off every social media post that a terrorist has done.
I know. It's crazy.
And you know, look, when somebody wants to go, I say, look, it's in with the schools and all that. You're touching on a nerve with the American people, and the media doesn't. And they inflame it. But that's an easy fix. Spend some money and fortify the schools, and make it just like the airport. I mean, you turned around for that the thing where, you know, you can't wear your shoes at the airport getting on a plane. You got to take them off. I mean, why can't we, you know, make the kids take their backpacks off? Check their weapons at the door, metal detectors. I mean, we have, and this is gonna go. Here's another thing too. I've been driving. I drove down here to North Carolina from New Hampshire, and some of the roads that I drove on, you know, the highways. We're the richest country in the world, but our roads and bridges are falling apart. We pull in all this money every year in taxes. Where's it all going? That's right. People who haven't done anything, that's people who are in power are giving away other people's money to people who aren't even doing anything, and they're giving away more and more free stuff, and we can't even keep the roads straight for the people that are actually driving on them, hauling freight and all this other stuff. It's sad. Yeah. And meanwhile, Turkey's spending $400 billion to improve their whole country on infrastructure and bridges and subways and airports and all that.
Is that all it's going to cost?
Competitive.
Is that all it's going to cost Turkey?
Well,
I mean, that's a lot of.
We have the money. We fix the schools. You know, let's talk solutions. But every time, this just turns. This is a political football again, and I'm telling you, it's gonna. People. The whole media thing. I sat in there. They had it on. Bo had his TV on the news station, and they're at the Olympics, and they're not talking about the Olympics. They're talking about Russia collusion and oh my goodness. I says, you know, if they spent half the time investigating other people like they do Trump, they've found so much more evidence on real crimes. Not going to mention, you know, OPSEC and emails and stuff, because, you know, it's nobody cares.
Right.
So, but it's been, listen, getting off of this, we'll come back to this later. I'm sure there's more to talk about, but there's a lot to cover tonight. First, I want to thank Bo's mom and his family for being really gracious to let me live in their yard. I am not the quietest person, obviously, right now I'm not. And they've been really, really graceful. The hospitality. And the people down south there, I'm not saying the ones in New Hampshire are assholes, but the manners down here are outstanding. People are really nice and stuff.
I'm surprised.
No, people in New Hampshire are fucking assholes.
Well, I'm surprised you're still breathing, Six.
Oh, well, yeah, there was a minor incident yesterday where his mom tried to kill me, but I caught it in time. Well, it wasn't really. It was just poison. She tried to poison me, but, you know, it's all good. You know. So, but it's nice. You know, Bo's got lots of dogs, and he's got a new one, and, you know, and his dogs keep me company while I'm away from Storm. And yes, I do miss my wife. You know.
Oh, so I'm just an afterthought. Thanks.
You're welcome. I love you too. Oh my God, I said it on the air. So when I get down here and I'm unpacking, I have different go bags, and I'm like, for the tent setup. You know what I found in my go bag, JJ?
What'd you find?
I think if I can't turn the camera on. One of the PTSDog patches.
Oh, really?
I got two. I'm gonna get Bo one, and mine. It's still in the wrapper. It's vintage. It's rare. It's probably worth money now.
Original issue.
I think it's got some yellow color into it too. You know, that patina.
You know, and tonight is just like an old radio show. I've got Keno tickets here that I haven't checked, and
so earlier, Six and I are talking on the radio back and forth before he's setting up everything before the show and all. And my mom said, whatever. Go play your little lottery game and don't worry about us.
Your mom's all right. I like your mom.
Yeah, she's a great woman. But
lucky.
So how many times has Daisy squeezed through the smallest part of the tent to get in there this week?
Daisy. Let me tell you about your dog, Daisy. So my cooler is outside the tent. I guess when I was reaching out to put my creamer away, I didn't shut the lid. And I come out earlier today, and I'm walking to the house, and there's my sub wrapper, minus the sub, gone, and my deli meat in another container in the front yard. So Daisy ate a foot-long sub. Daisy doesn't look like a dog. She looks like a Tootsie Roll with 4 legs. A fat Tootsie Roll. Yeah. But no, it's been great down here. I'm down here for a few days. People are asking why. It's easier to work with Bo and fix certain things and get stuff done if I'm in his front yard. So, as
wrong as that sounds, yes.
But listen, it's not warm. It was warm a couple days. It's been raining. I survived a storm yesterday. I came back and everything inside the tent was knocked over. The bird cage was smashed, and but I got everything secured again, and I'm doing fine. But it's been getting cold, and it reminds me of where I used to be, and to think of all those vets that are out on the street right now in the wintertime. Keep them in your thoughts. And I don't talk about it too much because I make it sound like a glorious time when I lived on the streets. I mean, I did all right, but being in a tent in the winter, it's cold, and I got a tent still. When some of these people are living in doorways, subway tunnels like myself, or on benches, or wherever they can, the hardcore, the real homeless out on the streets, I think of them when it's cold out. And it reminds you when you think back when you were wet and cold in the military. Try to live in that while you're homeless with no food in your belly. So it's just something I forgot what it was like, So, but I fixed it. I went out and I got 3 heaters in the tent now because I'm not homeless.
So I've got a shout out if you don't mind, Six.
Go ahead. I just lit a smoke.
So today, I think Six was in here, and my mom and brother were all sitting here, and the dogs start barking for no reason, and they look outside, and it's the FedEx truck. Nobody has ordered anything in a while, and my mom goes out there and gets it, and Six is like, it's ramps or something, and I'm like, what is that? Come to find out, North Carolina Wounded Vet Run donated a 500-pound capacity aluminum mobility wheelchair and scooter carrier from Harbor Freight Tools, and it took a couple of massholes and some other people, and I just want to thank you guys tremendously. I can't thank you enough. If you guys don't know, I literally can't walk under certain conditions because of my medical conditions, or stand. I can use my legs. I just can't walk or stand because I've got multiple compression fractures. But the VA denied me one of those carriers to put on the back of the car because they're, assholes down here. Anyway, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to North Carolina Wounded Vet Run and you guys up in Massachusetts that done that. I can't thank you enough. I'll post pictures once that's put up. And, I just cannot thank you guys enough. I don't know what to say. I mean, thank you's not enough, honestly.
We got some great people in this organization, and we're connected to some great organizations, Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not even touching, what some of these volunteers and people that we know and work with do. I mean, that's minuscule compared to what a lot of these men and women and some of these younger folk can do. I mean, you guys don't know all the things these guys can do and ladies, but I just, like I said, thank you is just not enough.
Sounds good, Bo. Good job. Good job. Hey, I know we're getting close to break, but just a reminder, Google is going to remind you again tonight. All you guys that have been waiting to get certain sizes and certain style DV shirts. There'll be classics. Leave Me Alone, Does Not Play Well. You can order them now. Now is the time to order any of those shirts that you've been waiting to come back into stock. We're trying to put together a massive order. So go now. Go to mydvstore.com and put your order in. This will be going on for a while. And then we'll try and keep it that way for some time. But yeah, go to mydvstore.com. Get your LMAs, your DMPs, your GFYs. What else, Google? What else is going on over there?
Your bacon, your Blame the Shirt is available.
Now, what's the story behind Blame the Shirt?
Why can't you tell the story behind Blame the Shirt? Because you're the one that created Blame the Shirt.
Well, what's the story behind... Oh, my aching ass. I
got you. I got you, Six. I got you, Six.
Oh, my
Six.
God.
Six, I've got your Six. It's actually a co-creation by Six and myself and everyone that started complaining about the VA shirt and a lot of our other shirts because, we're the reason the VA doesn't help veterans. That's right. We, dysfunctional veterans, because we created a shirt about the VA, are the reason that the VA doesn't help you. So if you want to blame the shirt, grab a Blame the Shirt t-shirt right now while it's still on pre-order.
Yeah, so, and don't forget, you can help support the DB Farm, 501c3 nonprofit organization located in Gilson, New Hampshire, dedicated to helping homeless vets with long-term practical rehab by purchasing a DB Farm mug and coin. Or if you can only purchase one, purchase one. And if you'd like to donate, go to dbfarm.org. And for everybody that's been donating the last couple weeks, thank you. I have not had a chance. I will try to do a mail call tomorrow. Won't have the mail, but... And speaking of videos, if you're just catching this podcast and you didn't know, go over to the DV page or our YouTube channel on YouTube or whatever, and look for the one that says the DV tutorial. How does the page work, or how does DV work? And watch that. It might open your eyes to some of the things you may or may not know how we do things and why we do them the way we do. What else? There was something else I wanted to put out.
I've got a few things that I'm going to talk about after the break, but I want to wait until after the break.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll think of it after. There was a positive story.
Yeah, there's a few things that actually are going on right now. The DV tutorial, as Six mentioned, that's going to be a series of videos. We're not promising every week, but we're going to try to get out at least one 5 to 10 minute video each week just to help you understand what Dysfunctional Veterans is about, the Facebook page, how it works, stuff like that. And just in case you didn't know, on YouTube, after you subscribe, YouTube no longer notifies you, and there's a little bell icon. So to get notifications of when we upload a new video, press that bell icon, whether you're on your mobile device or PC. That way you're notified each time a video goes up and you don't miss it. And if you want, you can stay after that video is uploaded for the first half hour, and myself, and if Six is there, he'll be there giving me his 2 cents. I'll comment back to you, as many people as I can. Of course, I can't get all of you if there's a shit ton, but I'll try my best. We do need to go to break, and we did start the show late. That's because nobody told me that the show wasn't running, and they expect me to monitor it while I've got Six in my ear. Yeah, because I can monitor a show listening to it and hear his ass in my ear. Anyway, we are going to go to break. After the break, we are going to we are going to tell you about some more news, some more things that's going on in DV and with DV, as well as some upcoming radio shows. One scheduled for tomorrow night at 2000, 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll give you more information of that as well after the break. You are tuned in to Barracks Talk Live on dvradio.net.
DV Radio.
Hey all, PTSDog here. Check out the new Service Dog Show with PTSDog right here on DV Radio. Our first episode features Army veteran and service dog trainer Josh Droddy. Check us out Sunday, February 18th at 8 p.m. Eastern right here on DV Radio. WDVR.
You're listening to WDVR, only on DVRadio.net. You're listening to Barracks Talk with DV6, Google, Recoil, Marquis Davis, and Bonerwood.
And we're back to Barracks Talk right here on DVRadio.net. We still got 6 Google, Joaquin Watai, the PTSDog, and myself, Bonerwood. As I said at the beginning of the show, Marquis and Recoil couldn't make it tonight. But you heard in the break that the Service Dog Show is airing and debuting tomorrow night right here on DVRadio.net. That's Sunday, February 18th. And the guest is Josh Drawdy. Joaquin, would you like to tell everybody what A, your show is about, and B, what this episode is going to entail?
Well, the show's just about service dogs, training, the life of a service dog handler. I talk to veterans who have service dogs. You'll love the second show. You remember that video of the lady screaming and yelling about the service dog being in the restaurant? That was all over the internet, all over Facebook last fall.
Yeah, I think it was the black lady and her boyfriend or something like that.
Yeah, and the guy's dog was a Great Dane. Well, he's the guest of the second show.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and he's a really great guy. But Josh has quite the story, and I think his experiences are very relatable to a lot of veterans, especially in regards to just, I don't want to let too much go because I want you to listen to the show, but he's had some experiences similar to Six and with addiction, and I learned a lot just talking to Josh, and he trains service dogs, helps vets train service dogs too. So we get into some good discussion about some of the issues.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've heard the show. Of course, I edit it, but yes, what you said is all true. It's emotional roller coaster, as one would say, but it's really informative as well. And some of the points you and Josh hit on are on point, and the facts that you get out there. Your show starts at 2000, which is 8 p.m. Eastern, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
All right.
Runs for about an hour.
Yep. Every show is going to be anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour, give or take. And in case you were wondering why podcasters all of a sudden showing up on YouTube, that's the new thing that I've been waiting for our client, Podbean or host client, Podbean, to implement, and they implemented it, I believe, Wednesday afternoon, evening, somewhere in there. So now anytime a podcast is uploaded and published to the podcast, it is also automatically podcast to YouTube. So if you are, perusing YouTube and you don't want to get over on your app or whatever, and you want to listen to it in the background while you're working on your computer or, fapping off to gerbil pictures or whatever, you can listen to the podcast from YouTube.
I was wondering why I got that notification today.
Yeah.
The Tide Pods rant. That was great.
Right. Yeah. If you guys haven't heard DV Bender's shots fired about Tide Pods and dumbass people, you need to go over to DV Radio's YouTube. Go over there and just listen to that. It's hilarious. I got to give him props on that one. That's probably one of the best ones that he's done. Not the best one, but it's one of the best ones. And yeah. So your show airs at 8 p.m. That's called the Service Dog Show right here on DVRadio.net. As always, it will be podcast a day or so afterwards. You have to give me time because I've got 3 shows to publish now in succession. I've got Marquis Dirty 30, Barracks Talk, and now the Service Dog Show. And I am not complaining. We're trying to bring you guys more content, more shows, more talk shows as well. Speaking of more talk shows, we have an upcoming show from David Libby of SOSRA and Warrior Service. If you don't know anything about those, go to SOSRAband.com, find out what that's about, as well as warriorservice.org. Trust me, you'll love what David's trying to do with Warrior Service. It's basically a one-stop shop for veterans where you learn something technical, you deal with your addictions, you get the care that you need, all of that in one stop. He's amazing. I've worked with him this entire time. He's got an upcoming album that he's actually recording. You guys will love the show that he's got, because trust me, there's some guests on there that a lot of you are familiar with, and it's going to be mind-blowing. We'll give you more information as more information becomes available. What were you doing, Six? You weren't muted.
Oh, I wasn't muted?
No, I was just said that.
Oh, just now. No, I didn't know we were back. No, the propane heater I got in here, it had gone out and the propane was still coming through, so I was getting tired. And when I realized that it wasn't on, it was, but not the flame. So I had to get the flame going again.
Smooth move, light another cigarette, Six.
No, I can prove we're good. Watch this.
If we hear an explosion.
If
No, I'm good with fire. You can watch the videos on Facebook and see.
I saw. No. Let me tell you guys something. This guy's like, how cold is it down there? And this was like 3 weeks ago. And I told him it's been getting into the 20s at night. And then I told him, I was like, there's going to be a warm spell. And then it's going to get cold again right before he comes down. So he brings his summer tent. It has a hole in the top. What happens to heat? It rises. So this smart guy thinks he's going to heat up his tent at night, and it's going to be all good and dandy. Comes in the next morning, man, I woke up, I thought it was getting cold, and I was so pissed, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, it's because it was cold last night, you dipshit. This whole week he has spent trying to keep that heat inside of his tent, and he's got like 3 propane tanks now.
I got it.
It's like, oh my God, I told you beforehand.
But that wasn't as bad as that friggin' windstorm and the roof coming off on that other house, blowing around the yard, and the tent collapsed. And I got it. It's rigged. I got snow shovels blocking the tables. The bird is going. The bird loves the cold, but I still don't want it to get down to 30. I don't care about the cold myself. I've got to keep it a certain temperature so the penguin don't die.
Oh God.
Speaking of shows and Showtime, Disgruntled Discussions, as of right now, is still airing at 21:30, 9:30 p.m. In just a few weeks, probably a couple of weeks into March, it's going to move to 2000, which is 8 p.m. Eastern for all of you that don't know military time or just are fucking potato mashers. But be ready for that time change in the next few weeks. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that earlier.
We're springing forward already?
No, there's a reason that we have to move it to 8 o'clock, and I'm going to move it to 8 o'clock.
Okay.
We've been in the works. 6, I got this, okay? I got this, all right? I got this.
Jesus.
Let me know when I can talk. I'll just wait right here.
Oh, you can talk. You can talk. I got this thing on times, though.
Boner, they want to know what size is your bed. Boner doesn't have a bed. He permanently, like we joke about it, he is on the couch or a chair. Doesn't move. Because the VA won't pay for his room. Yeah. We're going to, that's, okay. And yeah, I'm going to stop there because I'm
move along. Move along, Six. Move along.
Mm-hmm.
Move along. Nothing to see here.
But speaking of good news, what I couldn't recall was, just backtracking before the break, I had mentioned stuff about the farm, and there was one other thing mentioned in the videos and stuff. Over the course of the last week, I see these from time to time. The Facebook allows you to do what's called donate your birthday to a certified nonprofit. And it's a secure way to donate. If you see these things for different people, your friends, hey, I'm donating my birthday to, Save a Midget Foundation or the DV Farm. Those are legit. The money will get to that organization, and they don't take out any processing fees or anything. I've seen quite a few people, and I want to thank them, that have done for the DV Farm. When the money comes in, I don't think we get an actual name. So I just want to blanket everybody thanked him. And one in particular came through this last week, and it was well written, and I mainlined it. By mainline, I mean I put it up on the DV page. He was trying to raise $500 for his birthday to donate to the farm, and it was at $200. So, life takes me all over the place, so I didn't get to see the post again for 24 hours. Well, he had surpassed the $500 goal, and Facebook raised it to $1,400. So he had written an update. I mainlined it again. Now, on the third day, he's just under 1,800. And he wrote something unbelievable. Thank you so much. I can't believe we raised this. I mainlined that. So Facebook stopped it at 2,400 for his birthday. Thank you. I can't remember a name. For those who don't know, I have head injury, so it's hard to remember names at times. Plus, I'm old. But thank you.
And you've been huffing propane.
No, I haven't been huffing. I don't huff.
Oh,
but
he just inhales, Joaquin.
What?
He doesn't huff. He just inhales.
And one other thing, I don't want to, but the guy had swore up and down. He said, if I say it's going to happen, it's going to happen. But where's my note? Hold on 1 second. Where's, damn it, I know I got it right here. It is. There is an American Legion post in New Hampshire that is closing its doors, and they're shutting down for good. I don't know how long it's been around, but it's probably been around for a while. And they've been liquidating all their assets, and they're going to sell their building and stuff like that. And they had over $80,000, and they've been donating to Red Cross, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, Midgets of America, and stuff like that. And one of the guys in the post happens to be a DV, goes, hey, he says, this is the way he said it in the phone call. He goes, I'm at the meeting. I go, hey, how about here's a novel thought. Let's donate to some vet organizations. And they're like, well, that's a good idea. Do you know any? He goes, yeah, DV Farm. What's that? Well, they're old. They don't know how to use computers, so he showed them videos on his phone. So they're looking at it could be as big as $30,000. That's amazing. That's pretty good. So, Paul Mercier, thank you. And I tried calling you or texting you today. I need you to send me an email because I lost yours. I'm not techno savvy, but if you could please resend your email. Otherwise, I'm going to just keep blowing up your phone.
Oh, Jesus.
But that's the farm update. So,
I even checked the trash folder since Six decided to delete emails.
We don't want to give away OPSEC.
Well, you decided to delete some emails, so I'm looking for this guy's email, and I'm like, let me check the trash folder. I found all these emails in there. I'm like, why the fuck did he delete this? Why did he delete that? Oh my god, I need this one. Why did he delete it?
You know how you have that Evelyn Woodhead spade writing course? I went to the Hillary Rodham Clinton email deleting course.
Yeah, but you forgot to smash the hard drives.
Well, he's got to use bleach bit first.
Well,
my roots will show.
Well, he ate a couple of those Tide Pods today for that YouTube video. So.
That was for the company. The Bo has been asking me to eat a Tide Pod, so.
Well, yeah, I told you I wasn't going to let him do that.
Google, I have tried.
That's why you made him do it down there.
You know what? It has been a headache to try to get him to do that for the past week and a half or so. I'm like, I need to get you, get pictures of you eating those Tide Pods. Okay, tomorrow. Okay, when I go out. Okay, tomorrow. Finally, today came. Oh.
Well, I've been, when I first got here, without saying what it was, I got hit with, a situation which totally took away a whole day from productivity. As soon as I got here. So.
Well, you know.
Shit happens.
So I hear that the dog has been going nuts, looking all over the house for me.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He's upstairs, he's downstairs. He keeps going into your fucking office. I keep having to close the door behind him.
Did you do what I said and go in the hamper and grab like my socks or underwear and give it to him?
No, because I don't need him eating stuff.
Oh, you gotta give him something with my scent on it, Maybe if you didn't shower every day, you'd have my scent still on you, but
dirty T-shirt might be a little safer than socks or underwear for a puppy that size.
Oh, he'll fucking eat it.
Listen, guys, Storm is not Scout. He doesn't do the Democrat thing, and we did not teach Scout the Democrat thing. Scout taught himself that. But yeah, Storm is his own dog.
Storm doesn't even really bark. I mean, fuck. There can be dogs barking all over the place, and here's Storm. Oh, what's going on? I'm like, I'm kind of glad you're not barking your head off. But
That's a good thing for a service dog.
I don't know, Google.
right?
Every time I'm on Skype talking to Six and he hears me or sees me, he goes off. He don't like me.
he don't like Bo. He does not like Bo.
Instead of Democrat, Six is going to teach him Storm Bonerwood.
Well,
I made
see
an
that.
impression on the dog that day that Bo caught Storm stealing food off my plate.
So we're sitting here. If you guys don't know the story that's listening, we're sitting here on Skype, and Six had to go to the office to answer his phone. So he leaves his plate of food there. Next thing you know, Storm gets up on the table, and we're video chatting. So I can see him, he can see me, and I go, Storm, get down! Like really loud at the top of my lungs. The look on that dog's face, you would have thought that I chopped his balls off or something. He looked straight into the camera right at me with the saddest look on his face, man.
He did that look the way he described it. It was like, remember in Animal House when the gun went off at Dean Wormer's office and the horse went,
Yep. Yep. That's pretty much it.
Oh, man.
He's good, though.
All right, let's see. Can I look at the itinerary now?
I don't know. I printed it out for you. I done Google's job. Oh, you guys here. I only have a printer. I have a printer. I will make you have an itinerary.
According to Madeline and Huon, 1935 S was designed independently for the French military tests, though both guns were ultimately based on the Colt 191 Huon in regard to the 1935 S. First, the gun was submitted at the same time as the N1935 Alpha as one, and second, any examination of the S shows it to be completely different from the A, and a close comparison of the two provides no evidence that the S would be any cheaper to manufacture. There's a lot of it's not printed on here. But,
just so everybody knows, we recycle paper in this household.
Yeah, it's a little rough and draft, but it does save money on toilet paper.
Hey, if it's not brown, you can still use it.
Okay, let's see if this will work. All right.
Flipping the page over so you have the itinerary in front of you?
No, we're going to do this one. Listen, don't say nothing.
Bullshit. That's enough social interaction for today. Now go fuck yourself. You're listening to DV Radio. DVR.
How was that?
Well, thank you for ruining my next soundbite that I was going to surprise everybody with one night. But...
You said you weren't doing it tonight.
And you had to go ruin it. You ruined the surprise.
You lied.
I don't lie.
All right.
I don't lie.
Oh my god.
DV Radio.
So you want to play it again. Good job.
No.
It was playing again.
That's not her. Oh. Martha thinks all women sound the same.
It does on the radio from your phone.
All right, I'll be listening to the radio then just to hear it then.
I'm not playing it tonight. You already ruined it.
All right, I'll change the subject. Google, I found out where I'm missing travel mugs are at. They got like 15 of them in their kitchen.
Shut up.
Mike wants a mug. I'm like, I know those things.
That's because you probably, every time you came into the house, you're like, I don't know if I gave you guys one of these, but here.
No. You know what it is, JJ? This fucker does all this volunteer stuff for DV. In addition to DV Radio, he helps so many people out. And instead of asking me, he orders stuff and doesn't use promo codes or nothing. You know who our number one customer was? He's in the top 10 of, like, customers of, you can track who spends what.
Yep.
Stuff like that. And we can track a lot.
Actually,
like how many times this person said that there was a hole in the shirt. Yeah.
Actually, Six, I was the number one customer for about a year.
Yep.
What the fuck happened?
You stopped ordering stuff.
I don't know. I would say I started working, but I think I started napping more.
Yeah. I came in this morning to take my morning dump, and the way you were contorted, and your blanket was a towel over the face.
Dude, I have to, because if I don't, this kitchen light over the sink every fucking morning when Mama turns it on blinds the shit out of me.
Oh, maybe you should move your seat.
You've been in this living room. Where the fuck am I going to move it?
Good news. All right, I'll save
on
that.
Top of the house?
After the break. All right, I tell everybody some news. I'll finish eating. When the break, whenever Bo takes that break, first thing we'll do when we come back, I got some great news. I'll announce it, and then I'll let Bo do the talking.
So you want to cut into my news?
Your news is still like an hour away, lady.
No, it's not. We already took our first break.
Okay.
My news is after the break that's coming up.
We're not even at the first half.
Hey. I know how to settle this.
Man. No, when we come back from the break, we got my news.
How do you figure that? It's still early.
Because that's how it goes.
No, it's not. We're running late.
No. We take a break. Listen, we take a break, then we do nothing for an hour because we have a guest, and then we take another break, and then it's my news.
Okay, so there's still 2 more breaks before you.
No. We already had the first break.
Oh, my aching ass.
So we only have 1 break, and then my news.
6.
If you stayed past the first break on shows, you would know this.
Hey, 6, if you would look at that itinerary and add 10 minutes to those times, you would see that at 10:35, we're going to take our second break. After that second break, Junk in the News, which is Google's news, is after that second break.
All right, so she's right. Whatever. I thought...
whatever. So...
at 10 minutes, everything, right? So we took that break. So the next one isn't until 10:25.
10:35.
Oh, my aching ass.
We had 10 minutes to 10:25.
So how about you share your super good news now?
Yeah, all right, whatever.
Then we'll let Bo talk.
Okay. And then we'll let Bo talk. Okay. And then, why did I take meds for this? Why did I take my precious meds to stay up?
Okay, wait, 6. Before you do, just so everybody's clear, 6 is in the tent, and I am in my house. We're not in the same place. We're on the same property. Huge fucking difference.
Yeah, because if we were in the same house, I'd be punching him in his crippled legs. He wouldn't feel it. But...
6 wouldn't have any balls right now because I'd already ripped them off. Shoved them up his ass.
Your dog Yogi got a better chance of getting to my balls than you do.
How many times has he hit your balls?
Oh, man. It's what is that, a pit bull?
Yeah, part.
Oh, man, he is strong.
He's fucking stout, ain't he?
Fucking strong. Man, and when he fucking plays with that rope and he bites, it's like he don't just get the rope, he gets like all the way up to my elbow. Oh my, holy shit, I almost lost my fucking arm.
Was it yesterday or this morning that y'all two were playing and you were like, okay, that's enough, that was a little too close?
Alright, so listen up. This is in the middle of the podcast. But Bo has been, Bo and a couple other individuals that have been helping Bo, expertise-wise, have been, for the last few weeks, been revamping the websites. Is this okay to talk about?
Yes, because the new site for the main website is completely finished except for one spot of it.
Right, and that's what I want to lead into. And it has the new website's going to have a new look. It has the features you need to use, and you go through one portal to get to anywhere in the DV world. The farm, the radio, the private forum, the Facebook page, the YouTube channel, and with everything going on with censorship, you can't. I got reported for the Tide Pod meme. It didn't tell people to eat. But getting back, now Facebook tells you what humor is and what you can and can't post. Like I said, it's bad. It's bad. And, I'm sorry, but the page does not reflect my true humor or our true humor. We are barely scratching the surface on the page, and people yet are still whining. So the censored page, when it does come online, is going to look great, and it's going to be awesome. Especially, I'm not going to use this. Anytime there's tragedy, we're going to be there to whatever. But it's great. Oh, I was supposed to let Bo talk. Sorry. You should have just cut my mic. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good. So what he's talking about is dysfunctionalveterans.com. That's the main DV website. You go over there. When you go to dysfunctionalveterans.com, it comes up and there is a literal portal. You can either enter the DV main site or you can get to DV Radio or the DV Farm websites through one of those tabs. Once you're inside the main DV website, it's a lot different. It's not completely different, but it's a lot different. We've added a few references to vet resources. As DV6 said, we don't have the censor page up yet. We're wanting to make sure that it's completely copacetic and user-friendly for you guys as much as possible before we make sure that it's live and all of that good stuff. If there's any problems with anything on the website, let us know. We do have a few bugs that we're working on right now that myself, Google, and Six are all working on, as well as those that are in that brought this website thing to us. But if you guys have any problems, mobile-wise, desktop-wise, please email me at info@dvradio.net and give me as much information as you can so I can try and fix it. What do I need with that information? Excuse me. I need what browser you're using, the operating system, and if you're on mobile device, I need to know what phone or what tablet you're using. That way I can go in, and as well as what problem is happening. That way I can go in, we can work on it on the back end, and trust me, the support with these guys is absolutely amazing. Every time we've had a problem, it's gotten fixed within 24 hours, a lot sooner in most cases. But again, email me at info@dvradio.net with all that information. And Six, do you have anything to say about the website?
No, good.
Yeah. We hope that it's easier for you guys to navigate, so.
Well, are you putting it through the 6 test?
Yep.
Oh, I've already done that. Trust me. Oh man, that was hilarious.
You logged out of the admin side though first before he started pushing buttons, right?
Oh, I made the site live before I let him go push buttons. I was like, "Go look at this," and he was like, "Okay." Oh man.
Oh boy.
I personally,
I could just see him elbows deep in code.
I personally think it's a lot easier to navigate. I think it's easier on the eyes. If you guys have anything, feedback, I need feedback. I want feedback. So you guys send all the feedback you want. I love constructive criticism, so let me know. Yeah, let me know. Sorry. So we didn't get to talk about it in the first part of the show. Google, how was your week?
Well, you asked about my week and not my day, so we're good. We're good. My week was okay.
Okay, that seems very enthusiastic. Joaquin, how was your week?
I'm going to the
No,
new website.
no Google,
I
no
have to
Google,
check it
no
out.
Google, no Google. We're moving on. We're moving on. You've already had your stance. We've already no.
Oh man.
So Joaquin, seriously, how was your week?
It's been quite the week. It's been pretty eventful. Monday, I went to another town nearby and rescued a admin from another vet page, one of the stick vet team. Got stranded there and brought him home, bought him beer, fed him, put him up for a couple of days, took him down to drop him off at the train station. And on the way to the train station, we stopped at the MEP Center to stand in for a young lady. Her mom could not make it. Her mom's across the country. So we went to stand in for her. And let me tell you what, this poor kid, she joined the Army. She had a contract. She had an MOS guaranteed. Gets there for the third week in a row, and they'd lost all her paperwork. And the staff sergeant at the processing center said, "There's nothing I can do to help you. You're not in the system. We don't have your paperwork. You don't have a ship date. You don't have an MOS. Go home." And bless her heart, this kid, she was just so frustrated. And so the other vet and I, we were able to just kind of calm her down. And it was kind of funny. I mean, the first thought that came into my mind is, gee, you haven't even raised your hand and sworn the oath, and the green weenie's already fucking you.
Yep.
You know? So we got her calmed down and situated, and then I dropped him off at the train station so he could make it back to his home. In the meantime, amidst all of that, my page has surpassed 10,000 followers.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Woo-hoo.
Thank you. And I've been dealing with, oh my God, there are some stupid people out there.
Let me just
And
say,
I'm trying to be positive, but there are some stupid fucking people out there.
Yep.
let me just say, I'm happy that your page has finally surpassed 10,000, and I think you truly have what it takes to provide a service to the vets out there with animals, service dogs, and your page is knowledgeable and resourceful, and it's helping a lot of vets. And I believe in what you're doing, and you're putting it together very professionally. And now I know why. Your prior service experience, you dabbled in this. But regardless, I think you're doing an outstanding job, and I look forward to watching you guys grow and develop into whatever it is, how big it will be. And I look forward to seeing the book get published more and more, and getting you on the news and yada, yada, yada. I dropped my cigarette.
Hey, really quick, Six brought up a good point. Joaquin, about your book, how can people help out to get that published? Because I know that you said you weren't able to publish it quite yet. And when are you wanting to publish it, if you're able to do so?
Well, it's going to get published one way or another. Right now, I'm almost 2/3 of the goal of the fundraising. With the money that we raised with the PTSDog t-shirts, I've raised $2,575. I'm trying to reach 5,000, and that's to pay a professional editor and layout, which I found an editor, a fellow Navy veteran. And I'll be talking in depth with him on Monday. He's got family stuff this weekend, and then I've got some different possibilities for publication. So my goal is that there will be a paperback book in people's hands by the end of spring, beginning of summer. I can't make any until the editing process is done. I can't say, okay, it's going to be 6 weeks and the book will be out. But my goal is by end of spring, beginning of summer, whatever you want to call that, late May, early June time frame is really what I'm pushing for. And I think I can achieve that goal. I think I can. I'm like the little engine that could right now. I'm just grinding, and it's yeah,
dead air.
It's hard. I'm telling you, writing is the problem. Is I'm stuck right now on the chapter telling the veterans' stories, and the reason I'm stuck writing it is because I just get so I recorded all these interviews with these guys, and I relate. You know, they start telling the stories about, you know, this and this and this, and I relate to them, and it triggers me, you know, and it's like I am having trouble getting that journalistic separation, that distance, and I don't know if sitting down Hemingway style with a bottle of bourbon and just fucking grinding it out will get it done. It's a toughie. This is a difficult growing experience right now, getting the last chapter of the book written.
Dead air.
I thought somebody was going to say something after that.
Hey,
That's why I didn't say anything.
There's one more thing I do want to bring up, and I hate to bring politics up, but this is important for disabled people. And Bo, this would affect you specifically at this point in time. But I can see how it could turn to. That's another thing that happened this week. I could see how it could turn to service dogs. The House, not the Senate, it's not a law yet, but the House passed a bill called the ADA Education and Reform Act. It is now headed to the Senate. This bill, if it is enacted, puts the onus of proving a lack of accessibility on the disabled person who's unable to get into a business. You have to, the way this bill is written, you have to write a formal letter specifically citing the portions of the Americans with Disabilities Act that are being violated by this establishment. You have to give them 60 days to respond with a plan to fix it, and another 60 days to fix it before you can even call and report them to the Department of Justice for violations of the ADA and for refusal of access. And there's no other. The ADA is a civil rights bill. Okay? Are there any other civil rights that you have to go find the statute and specifically write it in order to defend? And I can easily see this turning to a restaurant saying, well, we can't accept service dogs because the aisles are too narrow and you can't come in because there's not enough room. I could see this being turned into not just people in wheelchairs or people with walkers or people who have to pull oxygen tanks, but right now it's physical barriers, but I can see them coming up with reasons that physical barriers will also prevent service dogs being used. So if you're at all politically active, call your senator, write your senator, tell them this bill cannot become law. It's a step backwards from the Americans with Disabilities Act. It's called the ADA Education and Reform Act, and I'm trying to find the House bill number. But I don't do a lot of activism on my page, but anything that reduces the accessibility rights of disabled people, I'm sure is as hell going to bring up. I can't find the actual bill number. ADA Education and Reform Act. And it's going to hit a lot of people really hard if this passes.
Yeah, that sounds like a straight up bullshit. Let's make it harder for anybody to do anything law.
Yeah. Well, and the intent behind it was written by a California senator, and the intent behind it is to protect non-English speaking business owners who are being sued by unscrupulous lawyers. Thank you, DVX. It's HR 620. Thank you, DVX. Who are being sued. He said he wants to prevent drive-by lawsuits. And that is a problem. There is absolutely a problem with drive-by lawsuits. Some smart lawyer in California figured out, oh, hey, the lines aren't clearly marked for handicap parking. I can sue these people. And they win.
Yeah, and that's on the legals. That's on the judges that accept these, the courts that accept these frivolous lawsuits. It's been so long since I've seen a judge get the hell out of here.
Well, and you know what the solution is to preventing these drive-by lawsuits? Tort reform.
Yeah. Absolutely.
These guys are getting rich off of this. Tort reform is the solution. It's not punish the disabled people who are having difficulty getting into a business. It's punish the lawyers who have made it ridiculous and are shutting businesses down instead of finding solutions.
Well, don't waste time looking for a needle in a haystack. Just get naked, jump around in a haystack, and let the needle find you.
That's the story of my life.
You know what? I think this this would be one of those moments where you would head over to mydvstore.com and get Blame the Shirt t-shirts. I'm just putting that out there. Where you can also pre-order anything that's on the site at mydvstore.com right now.
Why is it getting cold in here?
Probably because you turned the fucking
Because you're in
heater
a
on.
tent that's 30 degrees outside.
Yeah, and it doesn't have a roof.
That's my guess. I told you to bring a tarp, Six.
Six, I still don't know why you would buy a tent with no roof. I've explained this to you.
He's away from his headset, so he can't hear.
Damn it! I fucking hit the wrong button. I'm back.
Oh, now he's back.
I was trying to hit it. It's fine. Well, it's fine. Like I said, it.
You know, Six is coming in retarded.
I don't let you guys finish the show.
Are you going to bed?
No, but you guys, I've been on too long, and the med isn't doing what it should be doing. So I'm getting loopy. I don't want loopy in the air. I have nimbus holes.
He's just taking a drag of a cigarette too and trying to blow it out. You made me not teased.
I was trying to. No, yeah, I'm done. I'm not gonna make sense in my head.
Oh man. Well, there you have it. When this is not making sense in his head, it's time to go to bed.
They're saying it lost feet.
Yeah, he's working on it.
I'll go top the generator. Alright, I'll do it and maybe I'll pop back in.
Have a good. Yep.
Oh man. You know, shit happens.
Hold on a second.
Ooh, the echo is back.
Hold on.
Echo.
Okay, we're back. Sorry, I had to reconnect to the Wi-Fi box because I have shit-ass internet, and it only likes one person being on the internet at once. So I take it that Six and his transformic robotic voice on my end went away?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's topping off the generators.
Oh, nice.
He said he wasn't making sense in his head, so he had to go.
I heard something about being loopy.
Yeah, he said that too.
I checked the propane levels in that tent. You're not supposed to burn propane burners inside a tent.
I'm fully aware of that. He better check the bird.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those she's asleep moments. I'm sorry. I had to. Oh my god.
It's not a canary. That's not cool.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh boy.
I was watching that movie, Arrival.
Yeah.
Again the other day. And it just I was looking at this movie and I'm like, they've got all this technology. They're in these breathing suits with recirculators and everything, and they still bring a canary in to see if the air's safe. Like some things, you just can't change.
Well, I think the reason they do that is because a canary can actually sense it before any electronic technology. I think they've done studies on that. The sad part is, after the canaries stopped making whistles, it's a little too late for said canary, which is sad. Mm-hmm. But
yeah, it is.
I mean, I see their point, but at the same time, it's completely inhumane and wrong. I don't agree with that at all. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, ages ago, back in the day, they used to have these things called coal mines and all these other mines. They used to actually use canaries because canaries, they would always chirp because they were, A, afraid that they were going to get stomped on by some fucking fallen rock, and B, it's their nature to continue calling out for other canaries. Once the canaries stopped singing, basically, that meant that the what was it, the methane levels, Joaquin?
I think it was methane.
Yeah, after they got to a certain point, that's what it meant, that it was getting too high in there and that those people had to get out. But that also meant that the canary was more than likely dead. And we stopped using canaries back in... I can't remember when.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Been a while.
And like
At
Joaquin
least 50
said,
years.
Yeah, and like Joaquin said, there's still countries that do that, and it's completely wrong, and it's sad. At the same time, I do see why, but I do not agree with it at all. 100% completely wrong. With that said, we do need to take a break, and we're going to stop talking about canaries dying from methane. You are tuned in to Barracks Talk right here on dbradio.net. If you haven't yet and you're listening to this on podcast, subscribe so you can get notified when new podcasts are published each and every week. And you at least have, well, now 3 to 4, maybe more. Who knows? I mean, it's whatever I feel like. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, stay tuned for Google's junk that's in the news. DV Radio is for our fellow brothers and sisters, and it's all free of charge for our listeners, our guests, and even those that have shows right here on dvradio.net. We do everything in-house, from mixing and recording ads and shows to the website and all that you get from us. We love promoting veteran-owned businesses and highlighting those in the veteran community. So if you would like to continue to hear what we bring to you and have even more in the future with the best quality that we can possibly bring to you, please head over to dvradio.net and click that PayPal donation button. Any amount is welcome, from $1 to $100 million that your uncle lets you in his trust fund. So please head over to dvradio.net and click that PayPal donation button right now.
DV Radio.
Hey all, PTSDog here. Check out the new Service Dog Show with PTSDog right here on DV Radio.
For discussions covering everything from the care and training of a service dog to laws, access issues, and more. That's the Service Dog Show every other Sunday at 2000, 8 p.m. Eastern, only on dvradio.net.
The number one stop on the internet for veterans and service members. WDVR on dvradio.net.
You big dummy. When the president lies, it's not called a lie. It's called executive privilege. I'm Fred G. Sanford, and the G is for Guadalcanal. Want to see my diary? Were you a veteran? That's right. Oh, did you see much action? Well, only on leave.
And now, it's time to find out what stupid junk is in the news.
All right, and welcome to this week's edition of Stupid Junk That's in the News. We'll get started right away. This one is kind of ironic. Poacher eaten by lions that he was hunting. I guess the hunted became the hunter. So a suspected poacher who was eaten by a pride of lions, he has been identified by his sister-in-law, although the only piece of his body that was not eaten was his head. So he must not have been very tasty.
That or he just had no brains.
Or it was just a really bad shot.
Well, the 50-year-old had crossed into South Africa from Mozambique, where he and 2 other men trekked into the Umbabat Game Reserve on Friday evening. His fellow poachers fled the scene, leaving behind 2 .456 Winchester rifles, often used by big game hunters because of its power to kill rhinos and elephants. But they were hunting a pride of lions, and this poacher was eaten by the pride of lions.
You know why that happened? That he didn't do the safety dance first.
He was not wearing a PT belt.
That too. S. Hey.
Oh man.
I had the whole 80s head bob going and everything during that song.
Did he adhere to the front and rear side alignment?
Oh, man.
Did he squeeze or pull? Did he breathe out on his shot or did he breathe in?
I don't know. But the big game rifles were found with ammunition still in them, so I guess they didn't fire at all.
They were like, screw this, drop the guns and run!
Hey,
pretty much.
Well, now I'm curious. Was this guy any kin to the Scottish man from last week's news?
What was that?
Was this guy any kin to the Scottish man from last week's news?
No.
Oh, well, that's sad.
Definitely not. I know, but
if you guys don't know what that story is about, it's about a tiger that tried to attack a Scottish man that turns out to be a stuffed tiger. And listen to that last podcast. It's right down below.
It was so funny. But yeah, so there you have it. So this poacher was eaten by a pride of lions that he was trying to kill.
And the lesson here, folks, is that when the prey is armed, the hunters don't win.
Oh man! All right, going into the fast food industry over here. McDonald's.
Wait! I bet he used the wrong cat call. Oh!
McDonald's to cut cheeseburgers and chocolate milk from Happy Meal because they want to make the Happy Meal healthier.
You would think that leaving that cheeseburger in there would be healthier because, cheese is Terry. Hello.
Well, restaurant chain wants to cut down on calories, fat, and sugar. Then I don't think you should be going to McDonald's if you want to cut down on that stuff. But hey, whatever. And health advocates have linked the Happy Meal to childhood obesity, which is why they are getting rid of the chocolate milk and cheeseburger because they want their meals to be healthier. However, if your child really wants that cheeseburger Happy Meal with chocolate milk, then you can ask for specifically the cheeseburger and chocolate milk.
Yeah, it's a request item now. It's not a menu item. That's what they're doing. They're just taking it off the actual menu that you see.
Exactly.
That's what kills me. McDonald's made me fat. No, your fat ass made you fat because you didn't want to fucking eat anything else and get off your lazy ass.
Oh, man. It's come on.
I understand there is problems with people. I get it. I understand. But then you have the dumbass lazy fuck who wants to blame everybody instead of taking responsibility.
Yeah.
That's where this is coming from.
Exactly. McDonald's said that it wants all its Happy Meal options to have 600 calories or fewer and have less than 650 milligrams of sodium. It also wants less than 10% of the meal's calories to come from saturated fat and added sugar.
Another thing that I love about these health advocates. Well, they appeal to young kids and their parents give it to them because they don't want to hurt their feelings. Fuck that! If I don't want you to have it, I'm not going to let you fucking have it. Your ass can fucking cry all night and go starve in your bed. I don't care if you don't want to eat anything else other than that shit. I mean, fucking be a parent. God damn it.
Yep. And there will be other things also. The 6-piece chicken nugget Happy Meal will now come with a kid-sized fries instead of a small, lowering calories and sodium from the fries by half. And bottled water will be added as an option to the Happy Meal menu, but it will cost extra.
Yeah, and let me
soda
tell you,
does not.
Let me tell you, I worked at McDonald's for almost 3 years. That water tastes like shit. They're like, their bottled water is fucking horrid. Don't get it. Don't even get their fucking water from the fucking drink machine. It's even worse, okay? Just bring your own bottled water or water from home.
Well, here's my thing. If you want them to eat healthier, then adding bottled water, I mean, it could be a good option, especially if you want to cut down on the sugar and crap.
This reminds me of the
But then why
people...
are they charging extra? Because the Happy Meal menu currently lists milk, chocolate milk, and apple juice, which the chocolate milk will be gone. But then they can ask for soda instead of milk or apple juice.
Well,
and the soda doesn't cost extra.
You bring up a really good point. This reminds me of the people that get a Big Mac who are on a diet and get a Diet Coke or Diet Dr. Pepper or whatever. I'm like, really? You think that fucking diet drink is going to offset that sandwich? Well, for one, diet drinks are 10 times worse for you than having a regular drink. Secondly, you're not helping yourself. You're just helping your mindset because you've got it in your head that diet drink is better for you.
Yep.
There's more chemicals. Oh.
I know.
Yep. Joaquin knows what I'm saying.
It's like,
me and Joaquin.
It's ridiculous.
Joaquin still currently, sorry, Joaquin, if you don't want me to have this in the podcast, I'll edit it out. But Joaquin has diabetes. And I went through
diabetes.
I went through a phase with my steroids making me have diabetes. So
diabetes. Diabetes.
Yeah, and a lot of people in my family growing up and stuff, they had diabetes, and it's a serious thing. But these diet things that the doctors try to push, 9 times out of 10 are going to A, make your diabetes worse, or B, make it worse on your body if it doesn't make your diabetes worse because of the chemical compounds that they use to replace everything else. I mean, I could have I could have a real Coca-Cola while I had diabetes, and my sugar would be where it was normally at. I could take a diet drink of the same caliber, and it would be 2 to 3 times as high.
I am actually firmly convinced that one of the medications I was on when I was on the zombie cocktail was what caused my diabetes.
Yeah.
I'm no longer on that medication, and I'm down to checking my sugar once a week, and I have to be careful for lows. I'm not taking any diabetes medication at all.
That's great.
I'm convinced it was the medication that the VA gave me that caused it. The only problem is once you get diabetes, it never goes away.
Right.
So I always have to be careful.
I'm right there with you, Joaquin. I've been on, my plethora of fucking asshole medications. And I was on one medication for my Crohn's at one time, and it literally almost killed me. I'm sorry, Goo, I know I'm tracting, but I was on this medication, and I was in the hospital, ER, and ICU a couple of times, at least every week, if not every 2 weeks. And after I was off of this medication, about a month later, everything went back to quote-unquote normal. That's normal for me. So go figure that one out.
Gotta love it.
I'm loving it.
The moral of the story, kids, is don't eat fast food.
Yeah, right. And don't stand there and not shoot at a lion. If you've got a gun. Shoot at that fucking lion. Shoot that mother. Shoot him right between the eyes.
Dropping the rifle doesn't help your cause.
All I can
Throw
think
it a
of,
Happy Meal.
All I could think of while Google was doing the lion and rifle hunting story was Elmer Fudd getting scared of Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck coming after him.
Oh my God. You are too funny. All right, moving right along. Taste of Freedom. Fugitive heads straight to Burger King after escaping from Connecticut prison. Yep, the taste of sweet freedom wasn't enough for one escaped convict in Connecticut. He presumably needed a Whopper, too.
Sorry, all I could think of at the beginning of that was he couldn't have it his way in jail, so he went to somewhere he could.
Oh, God.
Can't get your meat the way you want it in jail. You can have it your way at Burger King. I'm sorry. I digress again.
Jerry Mercado escaped from the Robinson Correctional Institute in Enfield in early January and almost immediately made his way to a Burger King 3.5 miles away, according to court documents. Mercado, who has since been apprehended, initially escaped on January 7th via an unlocked door in his dormitory unit. He then scaled a fence and hid underneath a car parked at the prison. So this is where the story gets a little bit interesting. All right. So he went to the Burger King. He was still wearing his prison jumpsuit, whatever. A customer offered to buy him lunch. All right. And that same customer also let him borrow his phone to call his mom. And so he called his mom and he's like, "Hey mom, I'm out," blah, blah, blah. So she came to get him and pretty much immediately called the prison, and they were like, "We are way too busy right now. Like, we're dealing with an emergency. Someone escaped." And his mom is like, Yep. I see him right in front of me.
You know what? I've got to hand it. That right there is a mother who tried to raise her kid right, and he wanted to do shit on his own. I got to give her fucking props. I want to shake her goddamn hand. You know what? I know who you're fucking searching for. My goddamn son is right here in Burger King eating a damn Whopper Jr. Look at him. Fucking little asshole.
Yeah.
All I could think about is, what if Andy Dufresne, all he wanted was a Whopper? I'm Morgan Freeman, and this is the Shawshank Redemption. Andy Dufresne wanted one thing, and one thing only.
Well, at least with Shawshank Redemption, I mean, the guy thought about the fact that he would need new clothes.
Right?
Once he got out.
He had a fucking plan, and masterful at that.
You know, it's like this guy, he just escaped prison, and then he calls his mom and says, "Hey, I need clean clothes. Come get me."
I got a feeling this guy was let out into the yard and someone didn't latch the fucking gate, and he was like, "Ooh, it's my time," and had no plan whatsoever. It was one of those, "Do you have a plan for the next step?" moments, and he's like, "No," and just made it up as he went along.
That's my guess.
It had to have,
yeah,
I mean,
he went to Burger King.
Well, you can obviously tell. You can obviously tell there was no thought process whatsoever.
No.
Like, I thought some of the criminals around here were stupid. That dude is fucking retarded. Like, shit. You know what? People make fun of Southerners, but we had an escape years ago in the sheriff's department, not far from here, in the county jail, from where I live. They used fucking fingernail clippers to escape. Fingernail clippers. So they escaped through the ceiling with fingernail They didn't unscrew shit. They didn't unscrew a damn thing. They used fingernail clippings and scraped their way through the ceiling. 5 of them.
Wow.
It was like Alcatraz in the new generation without the water.
It only took them 62 years.
Actually, no joke. I'm not joking. Those guys were only in there for about a week, and they escaped within, like, I think they timed it, like the camera shit. They timed it. It only took them a couple of hours to get out of the fucking county jail.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah, it was Alcatraz it was Alcatraz without the water, without the rafts, and Clint Eastwood. So
this jail just happened to have been made out of palm fronds and straw.
Right? When I heard that story, I was like, what the hell did they use for their fucking ceiling tiles? Fucking school grade clay? Like, holy shit. Fucking, I know they used Elmer's glue and mache. That's what it was. Paper mache. That's what it was. I'm sorry, Google. I've taken over your news tonight.
Okay.
I feel horrible.
Right.
After I do it, I feel horrible. During the moment, I don't give a shit.
I know. It's fine. I only have one story left, so we're all good.
Did you get the one that Recoil sent?
Yeah, but that one's from like 3 years ago.
So you've done
all right. It's hilarious, and it is along the lines of fast food.
Google. You've done stories that were from like 6 years ago, so don't you go down to Recoil because he found an article that was fucking hilarious from 3 years ago. Okay. Okay.
And hold on, it does fit with the fast food theme. So we've covered McDonald's and we've covered Burger King. Well,
we've covered fast food for lions too.
A Florida man was arrested for reportedly tossing a gator into Wendy's. Yes, you heard that correctly. A Florida man was arrested for throwing a live alligator into a Wendy's restaurant drive-thru. All right.
Oh, good old Florida man.
Joshua James.
Give me my fries!
Joshua James was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, illegally killing, possessing or capturing an alligator, and second-degree larceny petty theft. Although when they wrote petty in this article, they wrote it as petite, and I know it's not petite theft. I saw that and I'm like, that's not how you spell petty. That is definitely petite.
Actually, that's how you spell it.
That's
Apparently.
not petty.
Well,
Oh, man.
I guess the last T is silent.
No.
See, this is why I don't ever go to Florida, because they're just people driving around throwing alligators at us. Hey, I don't like your fucking TV t-shirt. Here's an alligator. Fuck you.
Hey, Google.
Oh,
Google.
man.
Google. I'm
Yep.
looking at the Merriam-Webster dictionary right now. Petty is spelled P-E-T-I-T, but it's pronounced petty, P-E-T-T-Y.
Well, then why is there a petite and a petty? If it's both spelled the same way. How am I supposed to know the difference?
Well, you went to school in America. Blame American
Kind of
school.
retarded. Well, officials
It's
with
a French
Florida
word. That's the problem.
officials
Oh, petite, oui, oui, petite theft. Oh.
Officials with Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission said that James pulled up for his order, and after a server handed a drink and turned around, James tossed the 3.5-foot gator into the drive-thru window.
Wait, so it was a small gator? Maybe he was practicing for midget tossing.
It's still a fucking gator. Come on.
You know what's really bad is that they could have wrecked some fucking carnage. Like,
Yep.
baby alligators' teeth are beyond razor sharp, and they're the world's worst for people getting infected from a baby alligator. Like, if you want to wreak some carnage in a fucking restaurant, get you a 12-inch long baby alligator. Just let that baby go. Just let him go. Dangle some chicken in there. He'll go after it. Yeah, I'll watch Swamp People. What up?
Shoot it, Liz! Shoot it!
Hey,
John in the chat has made a very good point. How did he get the gator to behave in the passenger seat?
I'm wondering.
He was feeding it Whoppers.
No. He stopped by McDonald's and got him a cheeseburger Happy Meal.
And an errant lion hunter.
Oh my goodness. Alright, so this one, I'm not sure how to, I don't know. I mean, it was, anyway. So.
Okay. We don't know, but okay.
I know, right? So you know how you always had, like, the Valentine's Day party at school and stuff?
Yep.
All right. Well, Utah Elementary School tells students they must say yes when asked to dance at their Valentine's Day party.
Oh, fuck no. No, my kid's getting pulled out now.
Yep. A Utah mother is concerned after finding out her child couldn't reject a classmate's invitation to dance at a Valentine's Day school party because it would be against school rules. Yes. The daughter's teacher confirmed that, in fact, her daughter has to say yes and has to accept such a proposal. Still concerned, the mother took her plight to the school principal, who basically just said they've had this dance set up this way for a long time and they've never had any concern before. Apparently, it's one of those stupid school rules where the children have to say yes. Now, the problem is we are constantly telling our kids, and especially our girls, that saying no is okay, and you have to say no if there's something that you don't want to do. Well...
And I guarantee you this school also practices that and pushes that, yet they want to be hypocrites and contradict themselves. Now, if anybody asks you to dance, you do because you don't want to hurt their feelings.
Exactly. But that's just sending mixed messages. I mean, they're making these fucking kids confused.
Well, some of these parents are making their kids confused by saying, "Are you a boy or a girl, sweetie?" at 5 years old.
I know. There are many other ways, the mother said, there are many other ways to teach children how to be accepting them with a social dance. And it sends a bad message to the girls that girls have to say yes, and sends a bad message to boys that girls can't say no. And then there's, I guess it's a voluntary dance. I don't know. But ahead of the voluntary dance, students can select 5 other students they want to dance with. Which God. I think that makes sense.
But, no. None of that makes sense. If you want to dance, dance. If you don't want to dance, don't fucking dance.
You can dance if you want to. You can leave this world behind. But if you don't dance and your friends don't dance, then they're no friends of mine.
That really pisses me off.
A spokesperson for the Weber School District told the news station that is reporting this that in an effort to promote kindness, the administration wants students to say yes when someone asks you to dance.
That's not promoting fucking kindness. That's promoting, I can get whatever the fuck I want out of you because you have to say yes. We're living in a socialist school. That's what that's a socialist communist fucking school, okay? Fucking, oh my God. Wait until these kids find out what socialism and communism is. They're going to go back. Yeah, you think school things are bad now. Uh-huh. This is where it starts. Elementary school at Valentine's Day dances. Because they have to say yes. It wasn't because they got expelled or anything. It's because they were made to say yes at the Valentine's dance. I'm getting hell for that one, watch.
Oh, I think you're right. I mean, in general, I think the whole idea of rape culture is a little ridiculous, but this kind of thing is exactly what develops into that kind of thinking.
Well, think about it. That's putting emotional distress on that child, a fucking child. It really is. Like, I don't like saying emotional distress on an adult 9 times out of 10 because most of the time it's fucking bullshit. But that right there, that is like Google and Joaquin said, conflicting their fucking little minds, and B, it's emotionally disturbing for them because later on down the road, they're going to look back when some guy is beating on them and saying, "Don't leave me." They're going to say, "You're right, I shouldn't leave you because my teacher at my Valentine's Day dance said I should say yes."
Yep.
That's how this shit happens. I mean, I don't condone none of that shit. I fucking take that shit seriously, and I know I made a joke while ago, but it's serious too.
I mean, it reflects right back on the liberal mindset. You know, if I see you guys walking around with rifles, I'm going to go buy a rocket launcher and shoot at you. Yeah. Well, rocket launchers are illegal, not on the black market. So what you're saying is gun control doesn't work. Same thing. Right. Same thought process.
Yep.
Cognitive dissonance.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cognitive dissonance.
I mean, we wonder
why. It's
pretty
crazy. It's like, come on.
We wonder why our children turn out the way they are. It's stupid shit like this. This right here. And a lot of it's on the parents. I attest to that. But then you've got stupid little, you have to do this because our school believes in kindness. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. It's like, and I hate to bash fucking companies, but WWE has this no bullying campaign that they run through fucking schools. Then you turn around and you watch their 3-hour show on Monday night and their 2-hour show on Tuesday night and their fucking pay-per-views, and all they're doing is fucking bullying one another. They're fucking talking shit to them. Look, if you're going to do one, don't do the other. You're contradicting being hypocrites. Go fuck yourself.
Exactly.
I can't stand that. I know we're all hypocritical to a certain extent. I get it. But when you're that far hypocritical, you're a piece of fucking shit. Plain and simple. Sorry, I went on my rant back to Google's junk that's in the news.
Tell us how you really feel, Bo.
Man.
Oh,
Mike Rowe, we invited you last week.
You can't tie that one back to fast food or lions.
Right? that one's in the subcategory of that. That news article was in the subcategory of all the rest. Stupid is, stupid does.
There you go. There you go. And the loop is made.
God damn, man. Like when you have a little bit of hope for humanity, here comes along some fucking, what was it, Indiana school? God damn. Son of a bitch. Holy fucking Christ. This is why I wish Marquis was on. What's that?
If they want to teach kindness, why don't they teach a child how to decline with grace without being insulting?
Okay, well, you know how I am about religion. I don't do it. I don't believe in it. If you do, that's great. I don't detract from that at all. When I was in school, however, they pushed the golden rule. Do unto others as you would them do unto you. They didn't teach the Bible, but they pushed that rule. And a lot of people that I went to school with fucking held that to heart to this day. I mean, whether it's religion or not, that is just fucking common sense. I mean, if you want somebody to treat you nice, don't be a fucking dickbag to them. I mean, it's plain and simple.
Common sense is no longer common.
Well, boy, I tell you what, down here in the South, we take that shit real serious. Fucking bless them children's hearts.
Do I hear banjos?
Oh, man. Well, that is all the news that I have for this wonderful evening.
Squeal for me, boy, squeal.
Got a purty mouth, boy.
You know, Six told me they had like an anniversary, the three main guys, not too long ago.
Oh, from
Deliverance.
From Deliverance?
Yeah. I wish if I can find it, I'm going to watch it. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
That was the Smokey and the Bandit guy.
Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds. Ed. Oh man, you make me remember stuff. I can't remember Burt Reynolds because it's Burt Reynolds, you know.
John Voight was in there. Ned Beatty. That's
Ned Beatty. That's it. Ned Beatty. That's who I was blocking on.
Yeah. One of the greatest B actors in history, and we can't even fucking think of his name. And I'm not putting him down, and that's calling him a B actor. In reality, a B actor is someone who doesn't take the main character line for movies and shows and stuff. Just so you guys are understanding that. Love Ned Beatty. Yeah. Fucking wonderful fucking actor. Yeah. Woo! Sorry we didn't have Recoil and Marquis tonight. Marquis had some family stuff. His kid's birthday, I believe. So we'll probably hear about that next week. Recoil, he's had a long fucking week. I wasn't going to make him come on tonight, and I've not heard from him since that text I sent him. So.
Hey, I've had a long fucking day, and I still got on.
I said not day. Big old difference, sirs. There's 7 days in a week, Google.
I know.
But, yeah, if you guys want anything from the DV store that you wanted in the past and you didn't get to get it, or a pre-order shirt and you didn't get to get it, go over to mydvstore.com now. There's a ton of shirts, decals, all the stuff that's on there you can order. Oh my God, excuse me. There's a ton of stuff there. Pre-order it now. I'm telling you, because I don't know if this is going to be an ongoing thing. We haven't decided, but you guys need to get over there just in case. And after it's gone, if we don't have it anymore, tough fucking luck. You're going to be bitching and crying, and we're going to be like, hey, we had months where you could fucking order this shit, and you decided to wait. Don't wait till the last minute, guys. MyDVStore.com. If it's got a color, you can order any color. If it's got a size, you can order any size. Anything else you want to say about that, Google?
No, I think you covered it. Just order now, and you'll have it soon.
Yeah. I seriously want to see a ton of you with Blame the Shirt t-shirts. If you don't get anything else, please get one of those. I want to see those every fucking where. You guys have no clue. Me and Six came up with it, what, was it a few days before the last trip, Google?
Yes.
And we didn't get to market it the way we wanted to, or advertise it, whatever you guys want to call it. And you guys, a lot of you guys didn't know about it until after it already, had went off. So please go grab one of those. I want to see you guys in that. That would put a smile on my face. You have no clue. Just to see that.
And hold on, I forgot. Look for a poll coming this week for the to vote on your favorite
slogan.
Slogan. There you go. Thank you, Bo. We're getting the best ones together, so look for that this week.
Yes. We're not going to tell you how many because we still have to go through them all.
Oh my God, they're freaking hilarious.
You guys think it's an easy job doing what we do? Not even fucking close. But yeah, we are going to have that poll up. Hopefully it's no later than Wednesday. I'm not promising shit because we've got a lot of shit to work on while Six is here.
I know, right? I've got a lot of shit to work on while he's there.
Hey, you helped me out a lot today, believe it or not, and I'm sorry I filled up your emails. Because I guarantee you, once I get that fixed, all of them's going to come in at once. My mama asked me.
It's fine.
Because, I had my mom to send that one, and she goes, she didn't get it? And I went, no. And she was like, where do emails go? Seriously. She's like, where do emails and text messages go? She said, Joe, talking about my stepdad, he can text me, and I will never get it. And I want to know where the hell those damn things go. And I'm like, Hillary's deleting them, Mama. I told her, I was like, it's simple. Hillary's deleting them.
No, they're
being snatched along the way.
They're orbiting Mars on Elon Musk's car.
Oh my God.
No, they get snatched along the way. Come on. You've never heard of the text message snatcher and the email snatcher?
They're like the missing left socks. I'm going to find a planet with missing emails, missing texts, and missing socks. That's all it's made of.
This is sad that I know this, but there's a reason why I know it. It's like the thing from Dora the Explorer, Swiper the Fox. Swiper no swiping. Texter no texting.
I know, right? And then the map, every time Six says he's got to look at the map, I want to sing, it's the map, it's the map, it's the map.
Hey, Google, you know what? I'm going to get that soundbite so you can put it on your phone, and then next time he says something about that, you just pull it up and start playing it.
And now for the new segment, Ways to Mess with Six.
Oh, you don't know, Joaquin. The last trip they had, I gave Google this guy's voice, and he stutters. He was on American Idol. Drew Lynch. That's his name. You guys go YouTube to him. He's a wonderful kid. He's funny as shit. He has an actual stutter. It's not an act. But they took his voice and they made it into a navigational voice. So there's this one part where it's like, turn, U-turn, because that's one of his jokes, right? So when you're correcting, it tells you to make a U-turn, but he's doing this turn left, turn, U-turn, and Six almost lost his fucking mind, because that's all that he heard for like 2-3 hours on the road, and finally got her to change it. But all he heard was this fucking guy stuttering, trying to tell him where the fuck to go.
He actually missed one of the turns. I'm like, you're turning up here. You're turning. I know. I'm fucking turning. I'm like, you're turning up here, and we just missed it. And so then it came back on with the make a U-turn. And he was like, just shut the fucking thing off.
I swear, when they called me up on Skype, he's like, I fucking hate you. I was like, what did I do? That fucking voice you gave Google. I was like, oh, Drew, he's a cool kid, Eddie. Fuck you. That's one of the times I wish that we had like GoPros and shit in everybody's car so we could record 6. Oh my God. You guys have no clue how much fun we would have with 6 if I could do that. Like, oh my God.
Oh man.
That's it.
You guys have no
new
clue
fun.
how much you will fucking kill me if we did that.
New fun for GoPros so that we can videotape fucking with 6.
Right?
Oh man.
Hey guys, if you don't know it, we still have a rant line. Click on that rant line button and leave us a message so we can try to bring the rant line back. I haven't had a rant line in a while. If I don't get enough rant lines within the next month or so, I'm going to take it down, and then I'll get to listen to you guys bitch even more because we no longer have a rant line. Hey,
we all should rant about not having a rant line.
That's the thing.
I know, right?
We do have a Twitter at DV_DV Radio. I try to get over there as much as possible and interact with you guys. I know that I don't get to talk to all of you guys, but it's so hard. All the messages that we get, or not messages, but notifications that we get, it's just hard to filter through every single one of them. So when I see some, I do try. I did put up a tweet the other day about a shooting. If you want to go see what that young lady said in reply to that tweet, you be the decider of how you feel about what she said. Anyway, YouTube, we're going to be updating that as much as possible. We're going to try to make it a weekly thing on the Dysfunctional Veterans YouTube. Be sure that you subscribe. Subscribe and hit that bell icon so you get notified of when we actually upload a new video. If I'm able to, I will be there the first half an hour or so to comment back to anybody that's on there. I can't make everybody's comment if there's a lot, so please don't be amiss or cry or anything like that if I don't get to you. It's nothing personal. It's just that I can't get to everybody if there's a lot of them. We also have a YouTube for DV Radio. You can subscribe there. Like I said earlier in the show, all of our podcasts are going to be uploaded to YouTube as well. I think it's like a 10-minute, 20-minute delay according on the size of the file. So once it's up on podcast, it'll go over to YouTube, and then all of that good shit happens, and you get to listen to it there. I think there's also going to be a playlist for all of our shows, Shots Fired segments. So Shots Fired will also be on YouTube as well. Every other week or something like that, I believe, is what me and Ben are trying to get it back up and run into. DVFarm.org. Go over there. Find out more about the DV Farm. If you don't know how to donate, go to dvfarm.org/donate. There's a ton of ways to donate. You can also donate through smile.amazon.com while you're shopping online. Just make sure that DV Farm is your charity of choice. It's no extra cost, no hidden fees. Amazon themselves gives a portion of your shopping cart to the DV Farm, and you have to do nothing else except that making sure that you're under smile.amazon.com, and DV Farm is your charity of choice. If there's other places out there like Humble Bundle, there's a ton of places. If they've got a charity thing there, see if DV Farm's there, make that your charity of choice. It helps us out so much. You guys have no clue. Anything that I'm forgetting social media wise, Facebook, you guys know about that.
Well, if you haven't already, head over to dvforum.com. It's a great place to go when you want to share stories and memes or whatever that you don't want your grandma or your aunts or uncles or your mom to see on Facebook. You can head over there, get a login for the DV Barracks at the
It's not
dvbarracks.com.
There you go.
dvbarracks.com, the DV Forum. I'm trying. I'm doing my best imitation here.
I know. I've got to get him to record that for me so I can just play it.
I know, right? He says it the exact same way every time. But yeah,
your best was not good enough.
I know. I failed. I have come. I've been weighed. I've been measured, and I've been found shorts. But go to the DV forum at dvbarracks.com. You can have an anonymous login. It's a safe place to go and talk. Take things that you don't want to talk about on Facebook. You can reach out to the peer support where you and your fellow DVs can talk about things you need. There's great resources available, and it's just all kinds of cool shit and fuckery over there. So check it out, dvbarracks.com. That's the DV forum.
That's DV forum that's DV forum, dvbarracks.com. Go do it now. Unlike Joaquin, who doesn't know what the fuck it is.
It's because I was actually reading it, and it says DV forum.
Right.
Forumb.com.
Right. Okay. Really quick, I do have to make clear Simon does bring up a good point. I think it's only US and Canada that does the smile.amazon.com thing right now. They're trying to expand that. If you can't do it that way because you're out of this country or Canada, go over to dvfarm.org/donate. You can donate through PayPal, or you can also use your credit or debit card through that PayPal link as well. A lot of people don't know that you can do that. We're going to make a video for that specifically. So if you want to donate that way, go over there. That's dvfarm.org/donate. Click on the PayPal, donate by PayPal. When it asks if you want to log in or use a credit or debit card, choose the credit or debit card if you don't have a PayPal account. That way you can still give if you want to. MyDVStore.com. Get your pre-orders in right now. Please don't forget. Google, do you have any last words for our listeners tonight?
I hope tomorrow is better than today.
Oh, I do too. Maybe we can get rid of those donuts. Okay, Joaquin, any last words for our community?
Stay safe and keep taking care of each other, fuckers.
Yeah, you still fucked it, really?
I still can't do it. I'm not him. I can't do it. I'm trying.
There is no other recoil but recoil.
I'm doing my best, again, I have failed.
Again, I want to give a huge... Go ahead.
I do have one important piece of advice. Don't go throwing alligators out your window at people.
Again, I want to give a huge shout out to the guys up in Massachusetts that worked with North Carolina Wounded Vet Run to get me that, what's it called again? Oh, fuck. Mobility carrier for the vehicle of mine. Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. Thank you's not even going to touch it. If there's anything I can do for you guys, please let me know. We'll get pictures up on the DV Facebook. It's probably going to be a couple weeks because they have things to do. I have things to do. But look out for those. Yes, I have a car that looks like it's from the Evil Dead. So go fuck yourselves. I think they're fucking cool. I got a land yacht. If you don't think a land yacht's cool and pimping, go fuck yourself, fuckers. Anyway, we've got to end tonight's show. We've gone on way too fucking long. I know we started late. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. You can blame everybody in chat who waited until 10 minutes after the fact to tell me that Marquis 3030 was not playing. But you can listen to that if you're subscribed to our podcast or over on YouTube on DV Radio. So, until next week, buttsickles, bye-bye.
Hit us up on Facebook and Twitter.
That's all, folks.
Goodbye, motherfucker!
DV Radio.